Why do we sue doctors and hospitals? It's not because we're picking on doctors and hospitals. There's a whole lot of discussion about tort reform, about limiting medical malpractice cases because it's driving up the cost of medical care. And I'm here to tell you that that's not accurate. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Why do we do what we do? It's a pretty simple equation. A patient goes into a physician expecting that physician to heal the patient or treat the patient or make the patient better. If the physician makes the patient worse, if the physician disables the patient, if the physician kills the patient as a result of malpractice, the real question is who's to bear that loss? Let's suppose a wage earner goes in for a surgery, a mistake is made, and the person bleeds to death on the operating table. Now let's assume that that wage earner had a family of 3 kids and a wife, all dependent upon his income. What happens to that family? How do they get made whole? They're never going to be given their loved one back. What's going to happen to the income? What if mom doesn't work? What if mom can't work? Where does the family get the economics they need to be back to where they were before dad died? And fortunately and unfortunately, the only place really to get any relief is in a medical malpractice case. Doctors in Pennsylvania are required to have medical malpractice insurance, a minimum of $1 million of coverage. Hospitals have a much higher coverage. Some of them have $10, $20 million of coverage. Why do they have that coverage? It's mandated by law. There's an understanding in the state of Pennsylvania that when doctors make mistakes, that patients have a right, a bill of rights, to go and file suit against the doctor, just like Esther said, if there's a meritorious claim, and then to get compensation, not necessarily from the doctor, but from that insurance company that insures the doctor. So when we file medical malpractice cases, even though we're suing the doctor, it's the insurance company behind the doctor that's going to step up, and if the jury agrees with us, or if the insurance carrier agrees with us, that's where the family's compensation comes from. The only thing we can give them is money. The only thing that we can do to replace their loss is money, but at least they have that. And that's why Esther and I litigate against doctors.